Welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle. In today's video, we're talking about Dfinity and everything that is banging right now. There has been some monster news that's been going down in the ecosystem, folks. You've got to check it out. We got a tweet from Beaver Baby. Now, follow this guy at Beaver_ICP. Is wanted by institutional investors. Taurus will integrate into their custody platform, and ICP will be available to the institutional investors as well as staking, right? So what is Taurus? Well, basically, folks, Taurus is like a wealth management company, and they are basically seeking to integrate Internet Computer and the native ICP token and its staking capabilities into its custody platform. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out in the future. You can see that Taurus just raised $65 million from strategic investors. So they're choosing ICP. Now, one thing that I thought was very cool, and Definity has awarded several dApps these grants to help build up the ecosystem. Now, folks, it takes a lot of money to get some of this stuff off the ground. And the fact that Definity has set aside so much money to help build up the ecosystem is great. ZashPay lets businesses accept 1,000 plus currencies from 17 blockchains, integrating the ICRC1 into their service. And that is a token of the Internet Computer. You can see that payments should be democratic and creators should be in charge of their finances. So follow these guys at ZashPay. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or wrong, but they've got a lot of cool stuff, folks. On-ramps, things like that, all fiat on-ramps in a single integration. Allow your users to buy crypto without leaving the app. I mean, this is great. This is exactly what we need being built on the IC, right? Another thing that the folks at Definity did was they awarded CB Index, which provides on-chain crypto investment and asset management with a copy investing feature on ICP. Now, a lot of you guys have seen some of the copy trading that, like, I think KuCoin has, things like that, basically what you can do. And here I was reading the white paper on CB. So, folks, like, I actually do read white papers on this stuff when I have the time. But basically, it will allow you to copy trade. Now, this isn't financial or trading advice. You can see we got a simulator here. Like I said, it's not financial or trading advice, but you know, if you want to throw 20 bucks into a copy trader and see how you do, I mean, it just depends on how good these algos are running. One more thing before we get into all of the price action and stuff like that. We got the one and only, folks, Dominic Williams, taking the virtual stage as a speaker at Blockchain Life 2023, continuing the Internet Computer's presence in Dubai. Hear his vision about the future of Web3 and ICP's leading role. This is going down October 24th to the 25th in Dubai. So, even though this is the virtual stage, I'm not sure if he will be there in person, but I haven't seen a lot of people traveling to Dubai in the crypto industry. And folks, I think that's like a bigger hub now than like Miami. Miami was the hot thing back in the day. I mean, when people were shilling FTX and they had their arena there and all that stuff, but it's kind of fallen off the map. In my opinion, but Dubai, that seems like the spot to go. I might have to take a road trip out there. So, very cool to say the least. Markets are absolutely blazing green right now, folks, and we've got Dfinity sitting comfortably ranked number 31, chasing Filecoin, and Makers nipping at the heels. What do we got here? Well, let's just start off on the weekly chart. And, folks, we can see that ICP is really on the weekly printing a nice green spinning top. This is what I like to see. This tells me that there's some momentum that is possibly shifting. Notice how I said possibly. Now, I do hope that once we see, you know, some of these conversion line, which is this red line here, once we start to see that kind of level out and start ticking upwards towards this blue baseline on the Ichimoku chart, we are going to see some explosive price action. And we'll look at this on the daily chart. But right now, it is of my opinion, not financial or trading advice, that this price action, folks, is too far from this Ichimoku cloud. And I do think that a retest of this 50 moving average is in order because, folks, it's been like since April or May since the last retest of the 50 has gone down. Right? So we need this thing to come up to about $4.20. You know what I'm saying, folks? But just to go ahead and talk about, just to, I guess, kind of shed light on what I'm talking about. This is one of my favorite patterns to be trading here, folks. And it's not really a pattern, but we do have a symmetrical triangle squeeze that hasn't fully developed yet. And I do think that if this is the bottom, we are going to see price rage to the upside, right to that $4.20 level, folks. And I do think this. But this is one of my favorite positions to play. You've heard about me talk about this in other videos, folks. You need to subscribe if you've still made it this far and smash that like button, folks, because I'm always dropping the alpha. There isn't any better traders out there that I've ever met. But here's the deal. When we see price action being squeezed into a symmetrical triangle like this, underneath the 50 moving average, with the 50 moving average being super far away from the 200, man, I just about lost my camera there. Anyways, this is one of my favorite positions to actually be in. Here is another example. We saw ICP suppressed by this 50 moving average. What happened? Well, it took off like a frickin' rocket. And we've got a thin Ichimoku cloud here, so that will be a very easy pass through for ICP. But the last time ICP was in this position, it 2x'd. So it ran 114%. So I'm hoping that we see something very similar. You know, maybe, I mean, man, if this thing runs, we could be looking at a $6 ICP here by the end of the year, maybe early next year. So that is where that's at right now. And I mean, you guys can kind of see the similarities here of price structure. You can see that it had a nice dip here, a nice dip. It kind of symmetrical triangled maybe, and then it took off. Had a nice dip here, had a nice dip here, and it's kind of doing the same thing. I'm bullish right now. As long as stuff doesn't hit the fan, I think that we're sitting pretty good. I'm really kind of trying to figure out if we're seeing some sort of inverse head and shoulders here. I mean, you could kind of make the argument that maybe something is forming here. We do have what is technically an inverse head and shoulders, and we can see this, basically right here. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw something like this play out. It just is what it is, folks. I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday. Wherever you're at in the world, if you guys please subscribe to this channel, like the video. It helps me a lot. It's one of the easiest things you can do to support any of your favorite channels out there. We'll see you guys all on the next video.